So let's talk about the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Joel, better known to you as the Big D. So I'm going to be bringing to you another review of the Fast and the Furious franchise. If you've not seen my reviews of the first two, you can click on the card for my new playlist right now. There we go. I'll give you a few seconds as I get myself prepared. Okie dokie. Now, let's begin with this standalone sequel to the last movie, Too Fast, Too Furious. That would be The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, released by Universal in 2006, directed by Justin Lin, who would later go on to direct other films in the franchise, with a screenplay by Chris Morgan, starring Lucas Black, along with Sung Kang, Bow Wow, and Brian T. The film follows a high school car enthusiast named Sean Boswell, who is sent to live in Tokyo with his father and finds solace in the city's drifting community. Anyway, now subsequently, the chronological timeline of the franchise shifted, with all future installments until Furious 7, which that's still to come, being set between Too Fast, Too Furious and this movie. Now, this also, again, marks the first time to begin the franchise's long-time association with, well, Lynn and Morgan, as well as composer Brian Tyler. Of course, Lynn went on to direct the following three sequels and has to do three additional films, I believe, including the new one, F9, come out. And Morgan wrote the next 5 installments, and Tyler would go on to score 4 of the 5 sequels. So, while it received mixed reviews, it did okay, not as well as the first two, though. So here we go with our story. Troubled Oro Valley High School students Sean Boswell and athlete Clay race their cars, a 1971 Chevy Monte Carlo and a 2003 Dodge Viper, to win the affections of Clay's girlfriend Cindy. When Sean cuts through a structure and catches up to Clay, Clay, desperate to win, hits Sean's car repeatedly until they reach a high-speed turn, which causes both cars to crash, and Clay's Viper hits a cement pipe, and Sean's Monte Carlo rolls. Clay and Cindy's wealthy families help them escape punishment, but because Sean is a recidivist, is sent to live in Japan with his father, a U.S. Navy officer stationed in Tokyo, in order to avoid juvenile detention or jail. While in Tokyo, Sean befriends Twinkie, a military brat who introduces him to the world of drift racing in Japan. Sean has a confrontation with Takashi, the Drift King, or DK for short, who drives a 2003 Nissan 350Z, over Sean talking to Takashi's girlfriend Neela. Though barred from driving, Sean decides to race against Takashi, who has ties to the Yakuza, in a 2001 Nissan Silvia S15 Spec S loaned by a racer named Han, but loses his first race with Takashi due to his unfamiliarity with drifting. To repay his debt for the car he destroyed, Sean agrees to work for Han, who drives a 1997 Mazda RX-7. This leads to the duo becoming friends, with Han agreeing to teach Sean how to drift, explaining that he is helping him as Sean is the only person willing to stand up to Takashi. Sean moves in with Han and soon masters drifting by practicing in a 2006 Mitsubishi Evo, gaining respect after defeating the DK's right-hand man, Morimoto. Sean soon asks Neela out on a date and learns that after her mother died, she moved in with Takashi's grandmother, which resulted in their relationship. An enraged Takashi beats Sean up the next day, telling him to stay away from Neela, and Neela subsequently leaves Takashi and moves in with Sean and Han. Takashi's uncle, Kamada, the head of Yakuza, reprimands Takashi for allowing Han to steal from him. Takashi and Morimoto confront Han, Sean, and Neela about the thefts. And Twinkie causes a distraction, allowing Han, Sean, and Neela to flee, who are then pursued by Takashi and Morimoto. During the chase, Morimoto is killed in a crash, leaving Takashi to pursue the trio on his own. Han allows Sean to overtake him in order to hold Takashi up, but the chase ends when Sean and Neela crash. Meanwhile, moments after escaping from Takashi, Han's car is T-boned, and the car explodes before Sean has a chance to save Han. Takashi, Sean, and his father become involved in an armed standoff, which is resolved by Neela agreeing to leave with Takashi. Sean's father prepares to send him back, but Sean pleads him to let him fix his own mess. His father then agrees and makes amends with him. Twinkie gives his money to Sean to replace the money Han stole from Takashi, which Sean then returns to Kamata. Sean proposes a race against Takashi, with the loser having to leave Tokyo. Kamada agrees to the challenge, but on the condition that the race take place on a mountain, revealed to be the mountain where Takashi himself is the only person to make it down successfully. Sean and Han's crew restore Sean's father's 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback to drift specification using several components of the previously wrecked Sylvia, including the engine. Now to the ending. You know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie already, please continue on after the 5 seconds. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. That night, on the mountain, crowds gather to see the race. Takashi takes the lead initially, but Sean's training allows him to catch up. Determined to win, Takashi resorts to ramming Sean's car, eventually missing and driving off the mountain while Sean crosses the finish line, with Takashi's car almost falling on him in the process. Kamada keeps his word and lets Sean remain in Tokyo, and is now christened the new Drift King. Sometime later, Neela, Twinkie, and Sean, now driving a Nissan Silvia S15 Spec R, are enjoying themselves in their newfound home place in freedom. Dominic Torrell shows up to challenge Sean in a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner, and he accepts after the American proclaims himself as Han's family in the story. So what did I think of the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift? Well, I never did see it since the day it came out 15 years ago, but after watching it for the first time this month, I will say it's okay, between okay and okay good. This still isn't one of my favorites. It's an okay movie, but I mean, true, it might have some good action, what have you, but the cast is just kind of, I don't know. Anyway, after this, the next 3 movies were considered prequels to this movie, which were Fast and Furious, Fast 5, and Fast and Furious 6. It established Han with the main characters before he settled in Tokyo. And Han's explosive car crash was revisited in a post-credit scene of Fast and Furious 6, introducing Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham, as the other driver, setting up the next movie, Furious 7. And Lucas Black returned, appearing briefly in Furious 7. Now, he alongside Sung Kang, Bow Wow, and Jason Tobin have been cast for F9, so we will get to see some Tokyo Drift stars in this. But Lucas Black was reasonably good in ways as Sean, Bow Wow playing Twinkie, Sung Kang doing Han, Brian T as Takashi, Natalie Kelly playing Neela, Sonny Chiba as Kamata, Leonardo Nam as Morimoto, Brian Goodman as Major Boswell, and we also have former Home Improvement star Zachary Ty Bryan in this. He plays Clay in this. Well, while we do have Justin Lin on board directing his first Fast and the Furious installment, and Brian Tyler composing the music, and this is what really kind of saves it in, well, sort of in ways. So, anyway, despite mixed reviews, the film went on to make $159 million worldwide. Yeah, actually, its anniversary was not so long ago this month. Anyway, yeah. But even so, stories, well, is fairly good in ways, but it's not really the best though. But so overall, would I recommend the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift? Maybe just give it one watch, and if you're not satisfied, don't bother with it. Okay, unless you're a hardcore completionist or whatever. But if you're a completionist, again, one try only. Yeah. However, like I said, some of the stars from this movie will be returning in F9. So let's hope for the best that this will be good. So, what are your thoughts on the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift? Do you like it or do you not like it? Well, whatever. You be the judge. You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I continue with Fast and Furious. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other reviews. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the James Bond flick You Only Live Twice, which is really good. Or go to the upper right-hand corner for my review of another Bond flick, that being on Her Majesty's Secret Service, or go to the bottom left-hand corner for Roger Moore's first outing as Bond in Live and Let Die. In the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guide. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.